Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. How are you feeling today? I hope you are staying safe at home, keeping yourself clean. So today's lesson will be a follow-up of the modal verbs, and we will be writing a leaflet today. So the topic for today's lesson is leaflet writing. So what will we learn today in leaflet writing? We will be looking at what is a leaflet, the purpose of a leaflet, like why do you write a leaflet, the layout of a leaflet, how to write it, how to write your leaflet, and what kind of sentences should you make, as well as I will also be showing you example of a leaflet. Okay, let's go on. So, what is a leaflet? As I mentioned before, a leaflet is a material or writing, a piece of writing, which provides useful information. So basically, it would provide something that is useful for the reader to read. Okay, your audience is your reader. It should be very beneficial and informative for them. It usually includes the do's and don'ts of information that you want to talk about, usually the topic. And then it is usually short and straight to the point. So a leaflet does, does not need paragraphs of information. You just need to have some points which are short but clear and straight to the point. Now, you already know what a leaflet is. So you should know why you have to write a leaflet. Basically, a leaflet is to send an important and beneficial message to your readers. Your readers are your audience, and your message should depend on what topic or title you are given. Okay, let's carry on to the next lesson, to the next agenda of the day. Uh, that is how to write a leaflet. But before that, we have to look at the layout of the leaflet. How does a leaflet look like? This is a layout of a leaflet. A leaflet contains the title, and the title is usually what is asked in the question. Remember, leaflets are usually given in your um, paper one question, one of the choices. So after given the question, you should write down the title. Usually, the title will follow what is asked in the question. We will look at that later. Next one, you should write down the introduction. The introduction should be short and brief, and it should contain what you are going to write. One sentence is more than enough. The content. Here is the most important part of your leaflet. This is where you give out your important information. So when writing or planning your content, you should choose the modal verbs that we have learned before this: can, shall, or will. And it usually depends on what topic is given to you. So remember, when planning the content and writing it, you have to choose one modal verb and use both the negative and the positive forms. Make sure you write down the positive first and then the negative. The do's first and then the don'ts. Also, for each positive, the do's and the don'ts, you have to write at least 5 to 10 sentences according to the title that is given to you. But also remember that the more you write the more marks you will get. But of course, it has to make sense and it has to relate to your questions. So let's look at the example of a leaflet. Let's continue the lesson for today by showing you an example of a leaflet. The question given today is write a leaflet on how to keep the earth clean. So before you answer your questions, you have to plan, you edit, you draw, let me repeat that again. You have to plan and draft your leaflet, you have to edit, and then finally, you can write your final leaflet. Remember, the leaflet has three parts. The first part is the title. Here I wrote how to keep the earth clean. Just keep it as simple as can be. You can also make it creative, but I will just keep it simple for today. Next, introduction. So, like I said, you can write down your introduction as simple as you want. You can also write down as long as you want, but don't make it too long that you don't have time to write down the content. Remember, paper one, you only have 1 hour and 30 minutes to answer. Okay? I wrote here are some ways to keep the earth clean. I made it simple and very straight to the point. Next is the content. Very good. Right? So for your content, you have to make sure to choose one modal verb to put your message out there for the audience. For this one, I decided to choose the past tense of shall, which is should. So this is how you should write it. You should, number one, your first content. Number two, your first content. Remember not to repeat yourself. Do not write, you should always throw the rubbish into the bin, and then you repeat it again. No. You have to write down you should as the mini title, and then number your contents. Remember, there is a minimum of 5 to 10 content. The more you write, the more marks you will get. Okay, so I have there you should and you should not. You can read it yourself. So it should look like something like this. All right. I hope you understand what we're going to do. So after this, you will have to finish today's task. Okay. So that's it for today's video explanation. I hope you understand. Please don't forget to message me if you have any worries, anything that you don't understand. Please, you can message me on WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you and stay safe. Teacher Huda Sabrina signing out. Bye. Assalamualaikum.